And we are live. Yes. Welcome, everyone. So, we are back on another YouTube live here on my channel, Jovan Medrano. So, if you are new here, I am Jovan and I am a mindset coach. And I specifically help entrepreneurs develop very strong entrepreneurial mindset so that they can succeed in the business that they've been wanting to achieve. Anyway, I'm super excited because I just came back from the wonderful program of Money in You. So it was a very, very inspiring 4 days where we had 200 participants, all coming from Vietnam. And it's just so exciting and inspiring to be able to see them get their transformation. And I've heard that they came back to they came back to Vietnam like a different person. And so it makes me really curious now to speak to them again. So hi everyone. Please do say hi, and so that I can greet you as well. Welcome. Yeah, so today in our live, the main, sorry, I'm not shaking the table. Our main topic is basically the mistakes when you are leading a business or when you are starting a business. So before I share that, just want to like have us go through a very quick exercise, and this is something new. um, because one of the things that I got reminded of when I was in Money and You, my role there is basically supporting my mentor, Douglas, or AKA Kampong Kit. And and I was doing the music station, and being in the music station, I was handling a lot of the music, the video, the microphone, a lot of these things. And I got reminded how being present is, so important. So uh, here, I love for all of us to just take one deep breath so that everyone can be really present for this live, and then you can get more information and learn more as well. So in a count of three, we go and have a deep inhale. So one, two, three, inhale, and then exhale. All right. Yes. So hope everyone is present now and we can get started. So the first one would like to talk about is something that has been asked like a couple of sessions ago. I think it was in session two, which is what are the common mistakes when starting a business. So this is our main topic. But if you do have any other questions that you'd like for me to answer, please post it here in the comments, or in Facebook, or wherever you're watching this. And I'll try my best to answer them as well. Right? Cool. Okay, now since I'm gonna start answering questions, I of course I need my professor's glasses. So I'm gonna remove this sound effects and then wear my glasses. Yeah. All right. Cool. Now we're ready to start. I love this question because there are a lot of false perception out there that I experience myself. Of course, I also experience some of these mistakes, and I some of my clients as well. So I love to clarify them for you, so that one, you are more aware about all of these mistakes, so that you won't do them, you avoid them. And then second, even if you do like mistakenly do it, then you know what you will do next. All right. So I'll talk about first the three things that are the common misconception of new entrepreneurs when they start a business. So the first one, the misconception, right? So this is not exactly the answers yet. So the first one is a lot of new entrepreneurs, they think they need to have a lot of money before they start a business. Especially now in this day and age, online, a lot of online businesses can be started now. You don't need a lot of money, actually, like your own money, and there's a lot of creative ways to do that. So I'll probably expand that, like in some other live sessions. But that's the first one. That's a misconception that you need a lot of money. Actually, you don't need a lot of money when you want to start a business. I've done it several times. So then second is, if like you need to hire people when you start a business. So yes, hiring people is definitely one of the things that is a way to leverage. And I'll explain leverage. Leverage is basically you need to be able to do more, right, with the amount that you have. But to start a business, you don't need to hire people. So you can actually start a business on your own first, and then grow it for yourself. And then later on, when you do really need more people, when the business is growing, then you get that you need to hire people. Then the third one, which is probably, if you hear this, there might be some reaction to this, but a lot of people think that they need a business plan, like the documents. I'm talking about the document itself. Like you need to write out your business plan like nicely, and things like that. So yes, it's nice to have that, but I've spoken to some successful entrepreneurs, and a business plan is actually not needed. It's something that, it's a nice to have, but you can have your plans, your strategies inside your head, and still start a business. And the business plan can be like, be done later on. It shouldn't be a problem. So those are the three like common misconceptions of people when they start a business. So okay, now let me answer our main question, which is, what are the common mistakes when people start their business? So what I noticed, and I experienced this as well when I started my business, okay, sorry about that. I think there was some connection issues, technical problems. Think we're back. We're back online. Okay, good. I saw the warning sign gone. Okay. So I think the universe wants me to say hi to our our audience. So this, tapping me. Hey, hey, hey. So hello everyone. Thanks for being here. And if you're new to my channel, please to help me grow it by liking it, sharing it, and subscribing to my channel. I really, really will appreciate it. Thank you very much for spending your time here. So, okay, let me go back to what I was saying. So when one of the my biggest mistake when I started the business, and this is something that I noticed to some of my clients who want to start their own business, is that not having a really clear goal for their business. Um, I know that I had clients as well who wanted to start their restaurant business, for example, and they want to come out of their employment and be their own boss. and they have an idea that, oh, I want to go into the food business and start a restaurant business. Cool, fine, like, that's fantastic. But then what do you want to achieve by starting that business? Do you have a specific, are your targets like monetary based, like you want to hit, maybe for example, $200,000 in sales per year or per month? Or is it, like you want to grow it in terms of size? So I want to have like multiple restaurants, maybe 10 restaurants after 5 years, for example. So that end goal is really important, because that determines how you will plan and how you will act today. And and that's something that I go through with my clients, is to really, 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 really discuss and get their goals, their business goals, very, very clear. And later I'll explain kind of like how we can go about it when it comes to goals as well. So that's the first one. And then the second one is, uh, which is also quite common, especially when they come from employment and then they start their own business. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with this. It's kind of like what we said, a mistake that people would normally exhibit, and is they think that when they start their own business, they'll work less, and it's gonna be easy. And the reason why a lot of new entrepreneurs, like once they go in and then they experience that, wow, this is harder than I thought, and without even like really trying it out for a long time, then they start to, they immediately give up. And that's pretty bad, because they might have a very good business idea, but they didn't stick around long enough to see it become successful. So business in itself is really challenging, and that's why a common advice is that when you start your own business, you do something that you are passionate. It's your passion, so that even though it's challenging, even though, like a lot of problems would show up, you are still enjoying what you're doing. You can go through that, all those challenges, with fun and enjoyment. So that is why you need to be able to do something that you're passionate with. And this is something that I work with my clients as well, like getting clear on what is it really, that thing that you will do, that you will also have fun and enjoy while you are, building your business and earning money. And the some people, it's not okay. I correct myself. It's not really a problem, but what happens is that there are people out there who start a business because they just want to earn money, right? And I've said this previously as well. If you just want to earn money, you can always stay, employed, because employment is more secured in terms of earning money. Yeah. So, but if you want to really, like, check out what other possibilities that you can achieve, do something that you love, and maybe help more people, create more impact, then definitely entrepreneurship is one way to go, right? And then the third mistake of new entrepreneurs or people who want to start their own business is they they don't have long-term thinking. So they have a very short term in their mind, like, oh, uh, if I don't, succeed in the next 6 months, then I'll give up, something like that. So, which is not helpful, because business in itself, it really takes time to develop and to become successful. So commitment and, again, the passion, the grit, all comes to play. But once you hit it, it's like, you'll definitely experience all that wonderful benefit that comes with entrepreneurship, including wealth, right? So those are three common mistakes made by beginners when starting a business. Hello, hello. There are new people who came in. How are all of you today? So please do comment. There's some questions coming up, and I love to answer all of them. So let me see. Let me see the questions. Okay, let me answer this question from Suan Fong Nguyen Ngo. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. I've been practicing the last few days. And yeah, I'm not so successful yet, but yet, I'll continue practicing. Okay, so when business have difficulties, and I definitely experience difficulties in some of my businesses, how do you revive the morale? Like, how do we keep the employees motivated? So I love this question. And it having even the yourself, your own motivation and your own morale as the entrepreneur is really important, because it starts with you. And so that's kind of like how I will answer this question. So the first one is it's kind of like, for me, a three-step process how to improve the morale of employees. So one is be honest. So my first business, I had like 5 employees, and the company was already in, like struggling, and we were in the red, like we were negative. And so what I did was, I struggled with this, by the way, but I thought this was like really the best way to go about it, is really to be honest to my employees, which means I told them what exactly is happening. And the reason you want to be honest to your employees is because they are on the boat, right? They are on the boat with you. If you can imagine, your business is the boat, the ship. They are on that ship with you, and they need to know exactly what's happening in the ship, and maybe around the sea. Because one, it's enrolling them to help you, right? So that's very important. So you need to tell them what's really happening. Of course, not the nitty gritty correction, nitty gritty details, but kind of like an overview of what's happening and what's going to affect them, what you can do, all these things, right? Then the second one, what you can do as an entrepreneur to revive the morale of your employees is to be confident. You have to exude confidence. You need to show that you are confident, that you are not scared, because then that energy is transferred to your employees. Because the employees look up to you like the boss, and they would like look at you, where you are, like how are you feeling, whether you are scared, or you're panicking, or you are confident and you know what you're doing. Then when they see that you are really confident, then they do feel reassured and confident as well, so can continue and work for you in order to bring the company back to a better state, right? So that's the second one. Then the third one, which is my favorite, which is be in motion. So when you are in motion, you are taking action. And we know, I remember this, because I'm someone who is very hands-on in business. And the way to show to your employees, or the way I showed it to my employees, was if there is anything that I needed to improve, then I did it myself first. Then I showed it to them, and then they followed afterwards. So when the employees can see that you as their boss is is leading them and not just like hiding, somewhere in the office and not doing anything, but when they see you, like you're really in front of the line talking to customers, maybe doing more sales to improve the company, then the your employees will definitely feel much better that they're in safe hands, that you are taking care of them, because that's the job of the entrepreneur, right? So to take care of your employees so that they can perform really good. Okay, so those are the three things. So let me repeat that. So the first one is be honest. So tell them, what's really happening. Don't hide it, because they are part of your business. They are on the boat with you. Number two, be confident. So when you are confident, you transfer this energy to your employees. And then the third one is be in motion, like take action, show it, demonstrate to your employees what it needs to take to move the company forward, right? I hope I answered that question. Thank you very much. Okay. Doo-doo. So there are more people and more questions. Thank you so much for all your questions. And I keep shaking my table. I apologize for that. Okay. Yes. So if you, again, a reminder, if you're new here, please do like, share, and subscribe this my channel, and so that it can grow even further and reach more people. All right. So all right, let's move on. Next one from Tran Tran. Uh, yes. So does the leader of a business need to be the best? And this is a very interesting question, because initially I thought that I needed to be the best. And let us clarify this as well, because there's a lot of ways to describe this, right? So because you might be asking best to be the best in what you're doing. So let's say, for example, me, as a coach, do I need to be the best uh, before I start a business, for example? My answer to that is really no. The more important thing is the clarity on your goal, like who do you want to help? Is there really a market to that? And so there are other nuances that the best is really not the measure for you to start a business. So as long as you know who you want to help, there is a market to it, and then you can deliver it, then you have a working business. So let me give a very good example of this. I'm also a tennis coach, but this is more of a hobby. But there are people out there who really does this full time, tennis coaching. And if I get myself as an example, I do this as a hobby, like when I have time, or when people approach me and then they want me to coach them in tennis. And I know with my own skills and capabilities, I can help someone who is a beginner, right? And I cannot like imagine myself coaching someone who is a professional, because I don't have the skills for that. Because I am not like the best tennis player in the world, or I have like the best skills in playing tennis and knowledge as well. But I know I do have knowledge and skills that is up to the like mid level, and so which means I can coach a beginner to reach the level that maybe possibly very close to where I am, because I know the strategies, I know the techniques that they can do. And So this is something that you need to remember. You only need to be one step ahead of the people that you are helping. You don't need to be like, on the top of the mountain before you start helping people, because business is about helping people, right? Like helping fulfill what they want, what they need. And if you can think like that, if you can imagine yourself helping someone who is just, let's say, for example, beginning, you can help them take that next step, and then take that next step, and take that next step. Then you have a possible business already. And so that's what I do when I do my tennis coaching. I help like total beginners uh, become much much better in playing tennis. Like leisurely in just 10 sessions. They are able to play, hit the ball, play with each other, not competitively, but more like leisurely. And so that's what I can help them with. And so people will look for me if they need that kind of service. So for you, think about, how can you help people, even if you just one step ahead. And that's a possibility that you can have, right? So you don't need to be the best. You just need to be, a few steps ahead of who you want to help. That's already good. Okay. All right. Good. Da 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 da. Ooh, I can still remember some of the songs that I played during Money and You, and it's been haunting me while I was at the restaurant earlier. Uh, One of the musical the songs was Bacabel, that's classical music, and it was playing in a cafe. So whew, I'm still super excited. Anyway, I digress. Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. So let's answer some more questions. All right. The last one was the best. Let me see. Chung An. Ooh, very good question. With what you know now, if you were to start over, would you do anything differently? Wow, yes, definitely a lot. And I think, I think this. I know I was speaking to someone earlier, because I think the average age of the participants of the 200 participants in Money in You during this weekend, I think is early 20s, maybe 22, 23. I was like, oh my god, they have so much time in the world. And I envy that. But then the advantage of someone like me, I have a lot of experience compared to them. And so that's something that I share with all of you. That's why your questions is really appreciated, because then I know what specifically you want to hear, and that I love to share all those experiences. Then it shortens your journey as well, so you know what to do now, what to look out for. It increases your awareness as well. Let's go back to the question. So, what would I do differently? I think I'm someone who is, and I want to be like very authentic and honest. I'm someone who is very impatient, especially when it comes to business. I want things very quick. Come on, come on, come on, let's do this. Dun, 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 dun. And if I were to start over, I would love to have the ability to really just slow down and really listen to my what my spirit, if I can call it like that, what my spirit is telling me. And I honestly, the business that I'm in right now, which is coaching and training, it's a message that I received many years ago, that was put aside because when I started other businesses, my goal was very different. I was like going for, money, trying to build passive income, which, by the way, is not real. It's a great story. If you want, you can watch my video about that. And I realized that what what I really want, what my spirit really wants, is not just about money. It's really about how can I help more people? How can I have really the impact? Because that's when I was really, really, really down in life. That's what saved me. That's what made a huge difference in my life, which is coaching and training. And so I want to be able to do that, and help other people as well. And so it's kind of like, how many years ago? So nine years ago, was when my spirit told me that. But I went around like doing other things, and then, now that I reflected back again, now I'm back into that, message. So now I'm doing it. Now I'm committing, for the rest of my life into this work. And that's something that I wish, I really slowed down and just listened, to my spirit. I think that's gonna like make a huge difference. So yeah, like, especially if you are very young and you have all the time in the world, like, really think about it and slow down. And there's nothing wrong in trying as well, because that's kind of like what I did. But it's nice to be able to listen to your spirit and what it tells you as well. Thank you for that question. Wow, it's a really, really good question. Okay, time check. Oh wow, this is something that I say during my meeting. Time check. It's we're halfway through, and there's so many questions more that I would love to answer. Let's. I'm just gonna drink my water. Mm, okay. Let me see the list of questions and maybe say hi. Trang An is smiling. Oh, laughing, sorry. Yes, Duyan, money and you MNY. Yes. Hot events in the last few days. Hola, hola. Ooh, hola. You know Spanish? Hola. Okay, let's continue. This is another question that is very, very good. So, why build a business strategy? This one, it can be, I can answer this, like, very briefly, or I can answer this, like, how to say, deeply. So it's possible. I would love to. Well, I'm planning to invite my mentor, Douglas, aka the Kampung Kid, to join me in a future YouTube live. And so this might be a very good topic to talk about, to discuss during that time. So I'll probably talk about this, answer this question deeper, but I love to answer this, like, give an overview. So why build a business strategy? So in business, I talked about, the business plan earlier, and business plans are nice and all, but what's really important is strategy. So, business strategy determines whether your business will succeed or lose. And that's how important business strategies is. And of course, there is no one right strategy, because every business is different. And so it's really, really good to understand what your business is and what strategies that you can use for your own business. And that is like the short version of that answer. It's really key in understanding, that that strategy that you will implement will be the determining factor whether you will win or you will lose. So one thing that I like to clarify is that people sometimes mix up strategy and tactics. So if you can imagine, the top is your goals. So you have goals, and then with that goals, you will need to have a strategy, like a marketing strategy, business development strategy, etc., etc. And so below the strategy are the tactics. The tactics is the, the to do. These are all the tasks that you will need to execute in order to fulfill the strategy. So strategies and tactics are totally two different things. The strategy operates in a higher level, and tactics operate on a lower level. Yeah. So that's the answer to that. Thank you very much, Chung An, for that question. Okay, let me see. Who do we have here? What kind of questions do you have? So let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Hmm, okay. Tu Trung. Trung. Is that because I see the thing is going up? So Trung. Yeah, so this is a very good question. And do you want to expand your business to other countries, for example, Vietnam? Ooh, yes, definitely. The answer to that is definitely. And in fact, for the past, I think, 2 months, I've been building up in exploring and expanding overseas. So right now, I am reaching out to the Philippines, and I have ideas as well on how, we can also go into Vietnam. I just need to really, clarify that idea and execute, and like reach out, and then it will happen. But definitely, that's something that we are looking at, is we want to expand our business, and because we know our products and services can definitely help people. We believe in that, and it doesn't matter whether, you are in Vietnam or in Philippines or Australia. For example, we have clients in Australia right now. We have clients that are in Middle East, and then we have clients in the US. So we know that our products and services can definitely help different people. It doesn't really, matter, as long as they need that kind of support. Then yes, for sure. So yeah, so definitely, even Vietnam, we are exploring that, expanding to Vietnam. So do watch out for that one. Thank you very much for that question. See, I'm so excited. Okay, I don't know what I ate, but I feel so thirsty today. Mm, let me see. Ooh, okay. So this question is something that I think came up as well last week, and is now being asked again. How do you manage the feast and famine cycles of being a solopreneur? So in my journey, there are businesses that I can be called as a solopreneur because I'm the only one. Then there are businesses that I had with business partners as well. So I'll just speak about, I'll talk about, my experience as a solopreneur. Then let me clarify the feast and famine cycles. So in business, and majority of businesses are like this, especially if it's sales heavy, meaning you need to go out to do sales. Is there will be moments, which what we call the cycles, that you will be earning a lot, maybe like even more than what you can imagine, right? And then there will be times that is very low. This is what we call famine. So feast meaning you are eating a lot, you're fisting because the sales just keep coming in, keep coming in. You have a lot of clients. Then famine is the opposite. So there's no clients, no calls, no one is buying, for example. And those are called famine, meaning you're not eating anything, right? So that's the feast and famine cycles. So how do I handle that? So first and foremost, when I first experienced this in my first business, it was shocking, of course, because my perception was that once I start a business, I will just continuously earn money, earn money, earn money. Like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And being someone new, I didn't know that there is like that cycle. And when that cycle hit, I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. So the key, what I learned from that experience is that when you are experiencing feast, when you are experiencing a lot of, income, sales is coming in, you need to manage your money properly. Now, let me repeat that. You need to manage your money properly. So when you are earning a lot, it doesn't mean it gives you the right to spend all that money and buy a new car, buy a new boat, buy a helicopter, and it doesn't work that way. So you need to understand that you need to respect money. So you need to save this money somewhere where you can actually use this when either the famine comes in, or maybe for emergency, or if you need to expand the business itself. So the key here is to understand money management. If you can understand that and take care of your money, even if you are experiencing feast, even if you're experiencing famine, you'll definitely be good. And so that's the key learning that I had there. So having that stable mindset in handling the money that you're earning from the business is really, really important. Good. I hope I answered that question. Okay. Right. So let me just quickly check who is here. Please do say hi. We can't get money if not having value. Mm. Do you think you answer so fast? What an effective day. Thank you very much. I'm hyped up. I have so much energy from coming back from Money and You, and in fact, after Money and You, we had our business retreat, business realignment. So yeah, I'm just like full of energy right now. Oh, hello, hello. Please do say hi. Remember to say hi if you're here and watching. And okay, let's go to the next question. Um, okay, I think this has been around for a long time, this question. I'm not sure if already answered this, but if not, what do you find most challenging about being an entrepreneur? From Chang to Le. And what do you find most challenging about entrepreneur? Hmm. Let me think about this for a sec. Uh, I think the one of the biggest reason why I want to be an entrepreneur, or why I want to start my own business, is because it gives me more control of my life, right? So that control, I want to be able to control a lot of things, like my time, the amount of work that I do, who I interact with, what kind of things that I work on. So a lot of this is control and freedom, right? Control and freedom. So the most challenging thing about being an entrepreneur is, for me, at least for me, is letting go of that control. And this will be apparent when, for example, you have business partners, or you have, for example, employees, then you'll probably experience this and struggle with this as well. I mean, it's possible, but for me, that's how I experience it. And being someone who likes to be in control, I like certain things to be with a certain quality and standard. um, yeah, so that's the hardest part, but that is something that we need to learn, or at least I needed to learn, in order to move faster and like achieve more in the business. Because if it's left for me, like for myself, then it will be very, very difficult to move faster. So I need to let go and trust that my business partners or my employees will be able to do a good job. And and maybe if they don't, then I need to step in to like help them with it. And that's kind of like how my mindset shifted from being like control freak into someone who is more like a guide or a facilitator for those people, in order for them to achieve more as well in their lives and in the business. So yeah, so that is my answer to that. The most challenging is really letting go of that control. So I'm sharing that, more on like for your own self-awareness, if that is something that, if you want to start your own business because you also want that freedom, and you want to control things. So when you can recognize that for yourself, then you'll be able to know what to do with it, right? So nice, very nice question. All right, let me see what's left. Okay, let's. All right. Do I think being in a community with other entrepreneurs helps make the journey easier? The short answer is definitely yes. The long answer is, being an entrepreneur can, the keyword is can, it can be a very lonely journey. And just for example, my experience when I started my own business. So I, from being an employee, then I had like the shift in my mindset, and then started my own business, right? Then I became an entrepreneur. My parents, I love them. They just visited me here in Singapore. Um, they they're also employees, all throughout their life. They never started their own business. Then my two sisters, I love them as well. They also don't have any experience in business. And then of course, all my the people that I know here in Singapore were my ex-colleagues from where I used to work for. And so they also don't have any experience in business. So imagine that, scenario where you just change life, and you don't know anyone who can help you in terms of business. So definitely you will definitely feel lonely. And I did. I felt very, very lonely in that first few years of my journey. And I think I am so thankful because I had the Money in You community. Because Money in You, one of the things that happens is that you get to develop those ideas and get clarity, and now you are inspired to start something, your own business. And so I got exposed to those people, and they were the ones who supported me. Like one of them was Douglas, who created like masterminds and meetings to really support us and nurture us as entrepreneurs in order to move up to the next level. So I'm always grateful for that, for being able to have that community. But then it's as an entrepreneur, we also need to take action and reach out to those communities, to those people. And it's not just like it's gonna happen naturally. So definitely being with other entrepreneurs who are in the same journey, you're experiencing the same challenges and struggles, and experiencing victories as well and success, go growing together, and building all these wonderful solutions, businesses to help other people, is definitely helpful and inspiring. And so I do highly recommend, if you are thinking of starting your own business, start connecting, start networking with people who have their own business, or who are thinking of starting their own business, because definitely it's very helpful, right? So thank you for that question. I think I can answer maybe one more question. And before I do that, I'd love to drink some water. How's everyone? I hope everyone's having a great night. I hope everyone had a wonderful dinner. And ooh, okay, there are some questions here. Let me see. Yeah, it's so fun when we can go together. Yes, definitely. Okay. Okay, maybe one more question for tonight. Who's feeling lucky? Okay, Van Nguyen. Is competition among employees in business really necessary and important? Is competition among employees in business really necessary and important? Let me see. Let me digest this a bit. Okay. Let me digest this a bit. Are you asking specifically about, and if Van is here, maybe she can answer my question. Are you speaking about the competition within the company? Competition among employees in business really necessary and important? Or are you talking about business between a competition between business? Okay, so maybe I will answer both. Okay, so competition among employees in business, I think it depends on the context of the competition. So there are competition that is healthy. Like you create the boundaries of the competition, wherein the intention is that everyone will develop and be better after the competition. That is fantastic and is really necessary and important, right? But the boundaries need to be very clear. And I remember when I was still working for an MNC, they would have yearly competition on how to improve their specific processes in the company. Meaning, how can they become more efficient? How can they become more effective? And then each department will submit their reports and their results, and then there will be a judge at the end of the year, and will choose the best outcome, the best results, and then that one will be the winner. So in that sense, then it's very healthy, and it's definitely important and necessary for a company in order to continuously innovate and grow, right? But if we are talking about competition among employees that is like more, how to say, really kind of like confrontational. So let's say, for example, some people in sales, for example, they really fight and get more market share, which there's a possibility that it won't be beneficial, won't be helpful. Then in that sense, it might not be, necessary and important, right? So the key here is to develop a very clear structure and boundaries when you are having employees or departments compete with each other, right? So that's the important thing. And then if you are talking about competition in business in general, definitely competition is one of the drivers of growth and innovation in the market. So definitely competition is really, really important, right? If we are talking about businesses, between businesses, so don't be afraid of competition, as long as you are clear with, with your business, who you are serving, and how you can deliver it to them. Then competition is really something that you don't need to be scared of. It's actually good because then you can measure yourself between each other, and then you can improve. And who benefits? The customers, of course, the customers. So it's gonna be like all good. It's win-win for everyone, right? Win-win. Yeah, I hope I answered that question. I think I have few minutes more to answer. Wow, yeah, I think the comment was correct. I'm answering a lot of the questions today. All right. Oh, I've answered I think all the questions. Why build a business? Any other questions that you have? Okay, while I'm waiting, if there are any other questions. Hello from Tao Nan. Hello, Mr. Jovan and everybody. Hello, hello, welcome. Yeah, again, please do help to like, share, and subscribe my channel. And if there are no more questions, maybe I should ask questions next time. Oh, wait for Douglas to come, then I'll ask Douglas the questions. Yeah, I love asking questions. So since I am a coach, right? So I love asking questions, quality questions. Okay, I think there's no more questions. Thank you everyone for being here, and buenas noches. Wow, Spanish. Buenas noches. Porque ahora solamente. So that means why only now in Spanish. So thank you everyone, and thanks for being here. Please do remember to like, share, and subscribe. And again, the main topic, that would be what I want to deliver, the message that I want to send to all of you is like continuously, look at possibilities and those dreams. If you have dreams of starting your own business, nurture those dreams, because it's the message that the universe is giving you. Listen to your spirit. You are meant to do something special here, and that's the spirit that's talking to you, right? So wherever you are in life right now, don't worry too much, because like what I always say, the best is yet to come. So until next time, until our next live session. Oh, by the way, we're gonna change gear and we're gonna start weekly live sessions now. And so do expect another YouTube live next week. All right. So with that, thank you everyone, and have a wonderful night. I'll keep you updated about the schedule and all this. Bye.